Hello everyone, Neo Rashi here. Today's going to be another slightly different video because it's once again not going to be really a top something. So today I'm going to uh, talk about characters that are not considered main, that are support character, but that I prefer over the main cast. That doesn't mean that these series have bad main characters. I just happens to prefer the one with a support character. Um, I'm gonna say that in most of these series, uh, my favorite support character, my favorite character who is a support character, is like only slightly better than the main cast. Again, in my opinion. If you have any support character that you prefer over the main cast of their the anime they come from, feel free to talk about them in the comment section. So, since this is not a top something, I'm going to start with the obvious one. But first, there's going to be 15 character across 14 series. There's a reason why one series will have two characters. Those who know that series will probably understand why. So, as I said, I'm going to start with the super obvious one. If you know me, you probably expected this one to appear at some point in the video, so I'm gonna start with her right away. But Maya Joga is my favorite character from Is the Order Rabbit by a pretty large margin over Ciaro, who is my second favorite. And she's my favorite anime character of all time. So yeah, obviously she would make the cut since she's not a main character, which is a shame because in season 1 she doesn't appear all that often, but in season 2 she appears almost not every episode, but almost every episode. So I'm kind of surprised. Uh, I, I expect her to appear almost as often in season 3, which I haven't watched yet. Next is a character from Teasing Master Takagi-san, and that will be Mano. I honestly don't know why I like her that much. I mean, yeah, she's kind of cute, but that we could say that for almost any character in that series, both male and female. I mean, the design. I think the mangaka really made most of the character pretty cute. But yeah, she grew on me very quickly, but only when I started to read the manga. I didn't really notice her when I was watching the anime, but when I started to read the manga, that's when I really started to notice Mano, and she quickly became my favorite character. Next is another pretty obvious for those who know me, especially those who know me in the My Clueless First Friend community, and that would be Yukiko. She appeared in my previous video where I did mention that she's my favorite character by a small margin, and ironically, my second favorite character is also a support character. Next is the first guy in this video. There's gonna be well, one guy and one assumed male character. You'll see why. You'll see what I mean later. But I really like Jury from Vampire Dormitory. I don't know why. Again, I like this little guy so much. I've watched the anime. I read up to volume 10 or 11 of the manga, and he really grew on me really quickly. I just like this guy. Next is a character that I will not pronounce the full name, and those who know this character from Little Witch Academia will know why. I'm just gonna say her first name, and it's Constanze Amali. Yeah, and her surname is impossible for me to say out loud. I can barely read it. So, but she grew on me mostly because for two reasons. I like the way, well, three reasons. I like the way she invents stuff. Like she's in a magic academy, but somehow rely more on machines than magic. She even uh, she even turns her magic wand into a gun of some sorts. The second reason is I just like how she's silent, but everyone can somehow understand what she's thinking, or at least like figure out how she feels, I guess. And the third is she's actually one of my main characters to use in the Little Witch Academia Chamber of Time video game, which is a pretty good but pretty repetitive game. Next is the series with two characters I mentioned. It's from Kandagawa Jet Girls, and the series is why I have two characters for this series, and it's going to be Yuzu. I have their name. I know their first name, but their last name I'm not 100% sure. But I have their name on my screen here. Yuzu Midorikawa and Manatsu Shiraishi. These two girls. The reason why I put two characters for that series is because basically most of the characters are like in a team of two for the jet race competitions. So you can't really have one and not the other, and that would apply for if I like any other character better than these two. I haven't got to the point where in the anime I really haven't got to the point where I can't really figure out if I like or hate them all that much. What made me like them is actually the Kandagawa Jet Girls video game. At first I didn't like them, but as I progressed through their story and even through other character story, it really showed how, despite their usual lifestyle, they're actually really kind-hearted. Like in their story, they pretty much do, for the later half of their story, they pretty much do everything they do for the sake of the old people in the nursing home they volunteer at. And in other character story, they actually show a lot of support to, well, the other character, especially the two main characters. So that's why they're my favorite. So maybe I'm gonna have to watch the anime. I bought the Blu-ray like last year, and I haven't watched like half of it yet. So maybe my opinion on them will change. But as of right now, thanks to the video game, these two are my favorite character of Kandagawa Jet Girls. Alright, next is the other character that I said is assumed male, mostly because of his voice actor, and it's the Phoenix from the Family Circumstances of the Irregular Witch. The two main characters are pretty solid, especially the mother. I somehow forgot her name. Alisa. Yeah, Alisa is my. I really like her a lot. I don't like Viola as much, her daughter, or adopted daughter, but the Phoenix is a show stealer. Like every time he appears, he's the most common secondary character. He appears like starting from the first episode. Some people even argue that he's actually one of the main, but almost every time he appears, he steals the show, and I love him for that. Alright, next is a character from a series that doesn't have an anime yet. It's from Ojo Jojo, and that would be Akane Tendo. I like her supportive attitude toward the two main characters, and I really like her ladybug kind of thing she always has on her head, which is weird considered she's in high school and not like a middle school, but super cute, and yeah, I just like her design overall as well. Next is from a series that I have talked about a bit, but not all that much. It's from Call of the Night. I talked about it because I made 2 reviews, I think, but my favorite character is Akari Yasai. I just like her vibe. I don't really like her design all that much. Well, especially, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it, but I think I'm just gonna say that she doesn't. She looks older than she really is. But I do like her like messed up hair. Always look like she has a bad head, which I do like. And yeah, I like her usual like vibe. I've read the first half of the series so far. I haven't watched the anime yet, but I've read the first half of the series, and I just like how supportive she is. Talking of supportive character, next character is from Higehiro, and that would be my character is Asumi Yuki, for very similar reason to Akira Asai. She's extremely supportive. She doesn't really judge the main character, at least not Sayu. She always shows support, and she's the kind of girl who I don't really like the design. I mentioned several times that I don't really like Gyaru's style in general, even though I said that Manatsu and Yuzu from Kanagawa Jet Girls are my favorite, but they're also Gyaru's. But I kind of like, even though I'm not a fan of Gyaru's, I kind of like the like contradict the contradiction. I mean, the first time I watched a show about Gyaru, the main character, it's super gals, by the way, and the main character for the most part are like always into trendy stuff and crap like that. But these three characters I've shown so far are pretty much the opposite. I mean, they still have the Gyaru looks, but they don't have the Gyaru vibe that other characters of that kind have. And yeah, that's why I like Asumi as my favorite character of Higehiro. It's a shame that she doesn't appear all that often, and she only started to appear in volume 2 of the light novel, and given that the series only has 5 volumes, that means she doesn't have a lot of appearance opportunity, especially since the last volume mostly takes place in Hokkaido. So I think she appears in the epilogue, but that's it. I wish she would appear more often. Next is some people might count her as main, some other may not. I wasn't too sure, so I went by Anime Planet standards. But Sumi Sakurasawa from Rent a Girlfriend is easily and by far my favorite character of that series. One of the reasons why some people might not count her is because she's one of like the main 4 girls, despite being officially a secondary character. And she also has her own spin-off volume, which does take place in the same universe as the main series, in which she's like the central protagonist. But I'm going to go by only if we count the main series, in which case she's definitely not one of the main characters, even if she's one of the main girls. But if you know me, I think you can figure out why I like this one. If you don't know me, I like shy girls, and she's exactly that. Next is Yui Ashimitsu from Shikimori is not just a cutie, and she's just, I just love her laid back attitude. She's always has that lifeless smile, lifeless looks, and despite being generally lazy, she's actually really smart, and that's something that I always love. Like that one character who doesn't do anything, doesn't look like she's thinking about anything, but she's actually one of the smartest character of the series, and that's why I like her all that much. I also like her design overall. She's not best design character. I think the titular Shikimori looks better, but she's definitely, in terms of personality, by far my favorite of the series. Next is Natsumi Nishi from You and I Are Polar Opposite. This is the picture from like the character bios for the upcoming anime. The anime hasn't released yet. I think it released sometime next year. Not 100% sure. But yeah, and again, you can figure out why I like her. You just look at her, you know she's like the typical super shy girl, and she instantly became my favorite the moment I saw her appear in volume 2 or 3, I think. And last but certainly not least, probably the most controversial character I will have on this this video, and it's Matsuri Mizusawa from Citrus. Those who only watch the anime will almost certainly not like this choice, and I can understand why. The reason is that whatever crap she pulled in the anime, she does stop doing that crap by the end of her arc, which ends at episode 9. And episode 9 is like the end of volume 3 of the manga. The main series has 10 volumes, and the sequel series currently has 7 volumes. Well, 7. I think 7 is upcoming, and I'd say by volume 6 or 7, by volume 5, by volume 4, I mean, she's already on friendly term with Yuzu, but by volume 7, she becomes like one of the best support of the series. Actually, she basically saves the day at the end of volume 10, and so yeah, volume 7 to 7 volume to 10 is what made me like her a lot, and she's still a pretty solid support character in the sequel series. Maybe not the best. I don't think she's as good in the sequel as she is in the main series, but overall, of all the characters of Citrus, she's by not a really large margin, I'll be honest, but she is my favorite character of Citrus. There are other series that I could have talked about, like there's the Negima series, in which one of my favorite character is the typical shy girl. Same for Lavina. Again, I like I will almost always like the typical super shy girls. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Actually, I'll see you later today because I have my weekly haul to upload. See ya.